Two characters I wish we got more of in Hunter x Hunter are Illumi and Hisoka, especially more about their relationship together, being at least comfortable hanging out together, like in the Hunter exams and working together to chase down Killua near the end of the anime. But for now, we'll have to hope for more chapters for any new information about these two. But to keep us Hunter x Hunter fans satisfied, we have What If videos, and today's What If video will of course be Hisoka vs Illumi in a What If battle. So if you like this content, be sure to let me know by liking or commenting. It really helps the channel grow, and if you want to see all my videos, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you'll never miss any videos I post. Now with that out of the way, sit back and relax while the video begins. Hisoka sits alone staring out the window of the local bar, then checks his phone, rereading the cryptic message he received, requesting him to meet face to face. Hisoka isn't 100% sure who was contacting him, but he has a hunch, which is confirmed when he sees his friend, Illumi Zoldyck, walk through the door. Hisoka hops up in his seat, playfully waving and calling Illumi to his direction with a big smile. Illumi walks over with little expression, finally greeting Hisoka, then asking him to settle down as they both take their seats. Hisoka asks, "What's with all this secrecy, Illumi? I almost didn't get our spot." "But I figured it might be you," Hisoka adds as he passes Illumi a drink. Illumi slides the drink back to Hisoka, saying, "I'm on the job, so of course I had to use a backup phone." Hisoka laughs as he grabs Illumi's drink and finishes it himself. "Okay, if you're working, then why meet up?" Illumi looks towards Hisoka, telling him, "Someone's paid to have you killed, so of course I volunteered for the job." "Ah," Hisoka replies, "so this isn't for old time's sake. And what, you wanted to warn me or something? It's so nice you care that much about me as a friend." Illumi counters with, "Of course not. You know how my family works. A contract is a contract. So, I've chosen to complete it. Whether I care or not about you is irrelevant." Hisoka raises his hand to the bartender, signaling for another drink before questioning Illumi's motives further. "If you're really here to kill me, why give me a heads up first? Surely it would have been better to get the drop on me. Unless... Are you underestimating me perhaps?" Illumi again counters, saying, "No, I just felt it would be better this way." Hisoka takes a sip of his drink before getting ready, saying, "Alright, if it must be done, it must be done." Illumi pulls out his needles and throws several out towards Hisoka, who stands up, throwing his chair back as people begin to scream and rush towards the exits. Hisoka avoids all the needles and begins tossing several playing cards towards his would-be assassin. Illumi tries dodging, but notices he's stuck to his chair. "Hisoka must have placed bungee gum before I sat down. I guess I was being sloppy," Illumi thinks as he uses his dagger to slice the oncoming cards. Unfortunately, he misses one that stabs into him but causes little damage as Hisoka pounces forward. Illumi kicks Hisoka back, then cuts himself free of Hisoka's trap. Hisoka stands to his feet, but is grabbed by a bystander and held in place. Illumi must already have had a few puppets. "I need to be careful," Hisoka tells himself, as he breaks the back of the person grappling him, then turns his attention back to Illumi. Illumi is ducked back into the shadows as more and more people rush back inside the bar to attack Hisoka. How many people is he controlling, Hisoka thinks, seeing at least 10 people pushing and shoving their way towards him. Hisoka jumps behind the counter, grabbing multiple bottles and pouring them out on the floor between him and his attackers, then lights the floor, creating a burst of flames. But this doesn't stop Illumi's mind-controlled slaves. They rush in and continue the attack despite being covered in flames. But this still is barely a problem for Hisoka, who easily can outclass the mindless puppets, attacking and killing them with ease one by one. Until something catches his eye. He sees one of the puppets are holding a needle in their hand. Hisoka rushes towards them, saying, "You can't fool me, Illumi." Hisoka tackles him to the ground, revealing Illumi's face. He quickly uses bungee gum to restrain Illumi before quickly killing the remaining attackers. Hisoka stands over Illumi, saying, "Well, that was a bit of a letdown, but you should tell your boss to forget about the contract, or I'll be paying him a visit." Hisoka goes to leave, feeling rather smug in his win, until he feels a shiver run down his spine. Hisoka barely manages to move as he feels a blade pierce his back. Hisoka looks behind him and can still see Illumi on the ground. But now he knows he made a mistake. Is there two assassins, or was that not the real Illumi? Hisoka guesses Illumi must have disguised himself as one of the puppets and played dead. I'm lucky I barely moved, or he would have severed my spine. But this is fine, I can still fight like this. Hisoka throws a back fist, spinning around, barely missing Illumi, who ducks under and throws a few punches of his own. Hisoka and Illumi go back and forth, trading attacks with little success, with both seeming evenly matched. As the fight continues, they both hear police sirens coming their way, but neither stop as Hisoka is having too much fun in this bloody battle and Illumi is determined to continue his perfect assassination record. Neither fighter can get the edge on the other until they hear a voice call out, "Put your hands up." Hisoka can see that two cops have pulled up, no doubt called to deal with their obvious law breaking, but unfortunately for these cops, they had no chance with these two psychopaths around. Illumi quickly tosses one of his last needles, piercing one of the cops to take control of him as Hisoka rushes to cover. The officer begins firing on Hisoka to his partner's surprise until Illumi sneaks up and kills him in an instant, then grabs the officer's gun as he walks towards Hisoka. Illumi forces his last puppet to check behind the car Hisoka was using for cover, and as soon as he takes a look, Hisoka ends him with a single punch, then slams him to the ground. Illumi leaps over the car and again tries shooting Hisoka, who catches the bullets and bounces them back with bungee gum. Illumi expertly evades the attack, then slams Hisoka with a hard kick that sends him into the wall. They fight again in close combat as Illumi tries landing a shot on Hisoka, who is enjoying every second of fighting for his life, until he feels a bullet land not too far from his stab wound as Illumi steps back to find a new advantage to exploit. Hisoka can feel himself getting dizzy from blood loss and decides to end the fight as quickly as possible. He grabs more cards, throwing them in the air where they explode into a cloud of smoke. Illumi assumes Hisoka is trying to escape, but is weary of what could be next. Illumi conjures up his special one-use nin needle as he sees Hisoka burst through the smoke like a wild animal, landing a huge attack, severely hurting him and sticking him with more bungee gum. Hisoka slams Illumi into a nearby building and begins landing shattering punch after punch on a defenseless Illumi. Or so Hisoka thinks, not noticing Illumi's last needle until it's too late. Hisoka sees Illumi stick the needle in his own leg, then seems to surge with a boost of power. Illumi's aura explodes as he emits a burst of nin, sending Hisoka flying back and almost knocking him unconscious. But despite this power boost, Illumi is still stuck thanks to Hisoka's bungee gum and is unable to escape before his nin boost wears out and he passes out from overusing his nin. And with Hisoka too hurt to move and seconds away from passing out himself, he reaches in his pocket and grabs his phone. Hisoka then opens up a website and hits cancel before being asked, "Are you sure you would like to cancel this contract? You will still be forced to pay all fees associated," to which Hisoka accepts and tosses the phone on the ground beside him. He thinks out loud, "It was good seeing you again, Illumi. We should do this again sometime," before passing out. And that's it for now. I hope you liked the video. If you have any thoughts or disagreements, let me know in the comments. I made this a draw because I really don't know who would win this fight, but hopefully we get to see more from these two so we can get a real answer one day. So again, thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you all next time.